said he misses tennis and can't wait to get back and wants to get back to training and hopefully do some exhibitions and fill stadiums once more.
Stop. Overreaction. Come on. Do not disrespect Novak Djokovic. Beast. The question, will he win it? Like, if he attempts to play tournaments, I take him to win for sure. If he doesn't play, that's when he doesn't win.
He is definitely a player who is capable of playing ATP finals. That's not for discussion, but right now the race is too tight. There's too many people at the top. Who am I going to remove? Draper, Demonauer, Ruud. Who am I going to take out? And I like a lot of those players.
I could see that being true, though, because Shelton, the boy hits hard.
Yeah, the boy he rips the forehand, or if he crushes the ball.
Comes up with an insane level sometimes out of nowhere. Like Masters 1000 champion, not on clay, but still, like what a beast already.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast, powered by TSH Tennis. I'm Yousef.
Hi, I'm Ismaeel.
Hey guys, I'm Haroon.
My favorite Masters of the year is finally over, and I'm happy because it happened and it was so much fun. But, the clay swing continues, and we have a new king in Monte Carlo. Carlos Alcaraz is our new king. Ismaeel, talk to me about this man, please.
Yeah, I mean, just when you think, it's not his moment, of course, he arrives and he dominates and he lifts the title, as we expect from a player. It's so unfair to him because we always expect like he's going to win every single title. But he was awesome. And today against Musetti, I mean, that first set was a little bit, wild from him. Lots of errors. He was not there.
He had like 13 going into like the fifth game.
Yeah, and he was talking about how he didn't deal with the nerves as well as Musetti did. But man, oh man, that second set, he was really dominant, right? Once he locked in and he got rid of those jitters, the forehand was clicking and he's used the drop shot masterfully all tournament. Like, I think this tournament especially, it's been special from him. Like, some nasty drop shots. Like, the ball is coming at him, fire pace, and he finds the touch to great, like, untouchable drop shots. Amazing job, amazing. He's just an awesome player. He's magic. Yeah. Carlos Alcaraz is magic. Really unfortunate for the way it ended. I think, though, Alcaraz, there was the first one or two games in that final set were a bit touchy, close. Alcaraz locked in. He proved that in the big moments, he shows up, he arrives, and he had a super clutch tournament overall. But just for today, he did what he had to do, and he showed that he's the clutch player. And I don't know, what did you guys think?
Haroon, how about you?
Yeah, like classic Carlos Alcaraz could win any tournament or lose any tournament. Just classic Carlos. But everybody's calling it now the Monte Carlitos, whatever. It seems like it's going to be his tournament now. Like everything hindsight 2020, and we have a completely different perspective every time after all the tournaments. But
yeah,
it's that feeling. We were all on the fence, like, yeah, he could probably win this tournament if he wants to.
That's exactly what we said. We said he could lose the first round, he could go dominate and win this entire thing.
Yeah. Like, we were like, So, but yeah, it's awesome. You said like you didn't like his dips and stuff, like we talked in previous episodes. His dips and stuff like that, and you want more consistency. Honestly, I don't mind. Like, and he said this, he wants to do it his way. I love it. Do it your way, man. Do whatever you want. As long as we get this style of play. This is the style of play that everybody fell in love with. That's when Carlos came on tour, especially his breakout year, that crazy year in 2022. That style of play was insane. Insane winners all the time, doing magic. And in order to do magic, you have to kind of try some things. Maybe his forehand shinks sometimes. Maybe his shot selection is weird. Everybody talks about, his shot selection is a mystery. Yeah, it has to be a mystery on the bad times, so it can be insane in the good times. So yeah, it's awesome. I loved it. And you can't go against Alcaraz. Alcaraz is a beast. I didn't have him obviously to win, so I don't take credit for that. But it's fun. Style of play is fun, and I don't know what can you say more about how much of a beast he is, and he's still 21. Like, it's crazy. We expect so much from him. He's still 21. Just a beast, man. What do you think, Yousef?
Yeah, sometimes I just go back and I'm like, why? He has 4 slams, 6 masters now. I'm like, Yousef, sometimes you're too harsh on this young, amazing human being.
He's awesome. He's
and,
awesome.
And I think maybe sometimes I love him so much. I see him in such a high regard that I expect him to do insane things.
Yeah.
And there's no human on planet Earth that can go week in and week out. But also maybe because we've seen it from Yannick Sinner, so I'm expecting Carlitos to do the same sometimes. Like what we saw from Sinner last season was absolutely out of this world. So
yeah,
I'm
also we got used to seeing Djokovic, Rafa, and Federer and Murray like maintain amazing levels all throughout their 20 plus years.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like what I see him being, and as we've said before, and you've said before, Ismaeel, so many talking heads, whether they're legends. John McEnroe said this is the most complete player I've ever seen at this age. So Carlitos sometimes maybe being too harsh on him because he pulls out things like this. And he's the Monte Carlo Masters champion. He is now 6-1 in Masters finals.
That's absolutely insane.
The only person to beat him is Djokovic in that Cincy 2023 final, which was
he almost
epic.
had.
Which exactly he almost had that one.
It just shows you that like in the big moments, he is really built for it. He's absolutely built for the big moments, for the final sets, for the finals, for the final set tie breaks. Like he's built for that.
He's built for it because now also he's 10-2 in big finals. So if we say Masters, Olympics, obviously he lost that one, but slams. So he's 10-2.
He's untouchable.
The only one, Djokovic. It's the only one. Djokovic is the Cincy win, and also we have the Olympics win. Other than that, Alcaraz wins his matches. So the man is as dominant as they come for his age.
Like
not Sinner,
like
not Sasha, not anyone.
Sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah,
like
go
you
ahead.
said, finals are you win finals. You don't play finals. Finals are supposed to be won.
He's the cojones. The man is special. He's so young and he's so successful. He's maybe like you could go. Is he gonna go down as, if he retires tomorrow, he can go down as one of the best 7 to 10 players that ever played tennis.
100%.
So
and maybe the most electric of all time. Like how awesome he is, and he's magic.
Yeah, he reminds me of, sometimes I'm being too harsh on him only because you love him so much and you want him to do so much more. But an amazing title run from him. Ismaeel, if you want to go through his path though quickly, and let's let everyone know like how was this title run?
It was a pretty impressive path, because he had the Cerundolo in round 2, and I actually thought Cerundolo might upset him because he was talking about he didn't have confidence and he was not in a good shape.
Yeah.
Well, he did. He took Cerundolo down 6-0, 6-1 in the second, third set. That was amazingly impressive. I did not see that coming. Altmaier in round 3, straight sets. But then he had a very challenging match against Fils.
Very challenging match.
And for me, maybe that was that the trickiest match of the tournament for him?
That's where the beast woke up.
That's
where the beast woke up.
Because I encourage everyone to go watch those highlights, because he was down at 5-0. So he lost the first set, 5-all in the second set. Love 40 on his serve. Triple break point for Artur Fils to lock it.
I would be pissing my pants. Not Carlitos.
He won 5 straight points. Actually more. 5 straight points, and then went and broke to see that set 7-5. And the rest is history. He went down a break, I think, also in the third.
Yeah.
Got the break back and won that final set 6-3. The man is built for the tough moments. Like it's like he needs that to wake up and just bring out his best tennis.
Yeah. When he gets up and like when Carlitos does that sniff, and then when he was saying, like, he was pointing like, this is me, like that's the alpha dominant male that Carlitos we come to love and adore. And when he brings it out, it's like, okay, checkmate, game's over. Game is over.
He has like Djokovic mentality in terms of he doesn't get up for like unless it's worth it. But he's 21 only, and that's what gets him up. Like, it's really insane to see.
This is an amazing start. But can we just go through a few of his amazing stats after this Monte Carlo win?
Yeah, well, also just to finish the run, he had Davidovich Fokina, that was a very topsy-turvy matchup because he was up 5-2 in that first set. Yeah. Before Fokina came back and actually took it to a tiebreak, where, of course, Alcaraz showed up in a tiebreak, dominated the tiebreak 7-2. And then, well, we saw the match today, which we already talked about, against Musetti, who was probably super fatigued, but more on Musetti in a bit.
Yeah. But Carlitos make that 18 titles for him overall.
Amazing.
Just one behind Yannick Sinner now, 19-18. I love how this rivalry, they're so close. It's like we're watching the first few chapters of one of the greatest rivalries we're ever going to see in tennis. And we're lucky to witness it so soon after the iconic Big Three. So he has 18, Yannick Sinner has 19. Big titles, he's now at 10.
Just on that, they are the most players with titles for players born in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So they have already way passed. Felix Auger-Aliassime, who's technically born in 2000, so he should be competing with them.
Yeah.
And he only has 7. So
yeah,
they have
third place, which is really good too. Which is really good too. Yeah. I do not know where they're going to take this, but they might take it to heights we've never seen before.
Yeah.
But so if you have now 10 big titles, only one to beat him, as we said, was Djokovic. Amazing. And then how about this? Overtakes Sasha, now back to world number 2, huh? Sasha on the outside, Carlitos on the inside. Oh, I think he's the deserving world number 2.
I mean, even Sasha acknowledged that Alcaraz is really the deserving world number 2. So, no, absolutely deserved.
Yeah. So you have that. Now you have 1 and 2.
That's his spot. He's a 2.
Yeah, that is his spot, right?
He's a 2. Yeah, that's what. Like also Rafa, same thing. A 2. I don't need the spotlight of a 1, and I'll come in and win whenever I want.
I'll make it up to 1, but also for me it was always I was a Rafa fan growing up. I wasn't a Roger fan, and I was happy with him at 2. It's fine. I'm at 2, but I'm gonna whoop you. I'm at 2. Hey Roger, you're 1. I'm still gonna whoop you.
He's 2 and he owns
What's the
Sinner
difference between 2 and 1? Really? What's the difference? Because at the end of the draw, 1's up there, 2's down here. We're gonna meet in the final. Am I the better player? Rafa proved that he was against Roger so many times.
Yeah, and also Alcaraz owned Sinner also last year too, so
he's fine with 2, just not 3. Fine with 2.
Amazing.
I guess
dude has a stacked CV though already at 21.
It's insane.
It's insane. He's loaded.
And looks like you said, Haroon, the Monte Carlos he's the first Spanish player to win it since Rafa in 2018. Are we gonna look at Carlitos taking over Monte Carlo?
Could be.
Why not?
Could be.
Why not? Because he, and wasn't this the most Carlos Alcaraz thing ever? He went from 0 wins in this tournament until he lost the core. He always has problems here. He gets injured. Thinks, how about this? I'm going to win the tournament now. And then people are going to call me Monte Carlos.
Yeah. And then I was like, I took Cerundolo. Remember we had this discussion last week and I was like, Carlos is not in the best form. The conditions are a bit slow. None of that matters with Carlos. No. It's really just, if he's in a happy mood. And he was smiling today in the final. He's in alpha smiling. When he's smiling, he's the most joyful player we've ever seen. No one has brought this much joy to playing tennis. Yeah. And it's so awesome to watch him. He is the most exciting player in sports to me. He is. It's hard to argue against that.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Looks like that was iconic. I can't wait to see how they're
going to dominate.
I mean, it's hard to argue against him. Even though we were just arguing against him. I was arguing for Cerundolo over him, imagine in round 2.
No, but we're going into Barcelona, and is it going to be the after what you've seen, you're like, okay, he's going to dominate. But then we might see something from Alcaraz. Round 2, that's Alcaraz. Huh? It's up and down. It's up and down. The heartbeat goes up, it goes down. It's so hard to, being his fan. If people who are hardcore Alcaraz fans, I'm sure they're not having the best time when it comes to watching it.
Yeah, but pick against him at your own risk because
of course.
It's almost illogical to ever pick against him.
True.
That's the thing. Because he can win any tournament and he can lose. Nothing changes, by the way. Just because he won Monte Carlo, now Barcelona, it's not going to make.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so confident he's going to win Barcelona now. No, it's the same thing. Does he want to win it or not? I don't know.
To me, is that alpha dog gonna come out? When that alpha dog comes out, it's good night, sleep tight. But let's see what happens in Barcelona. We're gonna get into that in the end of the episode, so you guys stick around. But before doing that, let's talk about the finalist because he is worthy of discussion. Lorenzo Musetti making it all the way to the final, his biggest achievement, I guess, ever as a pro. Ismaeel, what do you think of Lorenzo Musetti making it to the final?
Man, oh man! I mean, if he had won today, he would have been the absolute favorite for the Gladiator Award, Gladiator Run Award of the year, because look at this run. And by the way, you could even argue that even without beating Alcaraz, it's still up there because he had Boo in round 1, and he was down there a set and a break, and he almost went out. Lehechka in round 2. A top 10 caliber player that we're talking about.
Yes.
Berrettini after coming off the win of Zverev in round 3. Another exceptional win.
Yeah.
Tsitsipas, the 3-time defending champion.
Former king
of Monte Carlo. He took him out as well.
Yeah.
And then Demonauer, who had just double bageled Dimitrov in the match before facing Musetti. Yeah. And he was coming back from a set down in all of those matches.
Such a tricky match.
So clutch. So tricky, he in the final set tiebreak against Demonauer. What a performance!
He was down as mini break, by the way, and also he was 5-4 serving for it, lost 5-all. Maybe the confidence goes. Came back in the tiebreak, same exact Musetti played. I loved this week for him.
Amazing week for him. Him and his family, his girlfriend was in tears after that match against Demonauer.
I wanted him to win today. I felt like, by the way, I picked him when we dropped the predictions for the final. I said he's going to win in 3. I just felt like that magical run is going to continue.
It was magical. It was a question of fitness because he was already struggling in the quarterfinal with something, and then again today he took the first set against Alcaraz. He dealt with the emotions and the nerves better. Yeah. His fitness ran out and his his body gave out because he had an unbelievable run. And I also want to give him credit because, we saw him a couple of years ago. Remember when he was playing Djokovic and he was up 2 sets to love in Wimbledon? He was up 2 sets to love, and then Djokovic came back and tied it 2 sets all. And then it was up, I think, 4-love or something like that. And then Musetti retired. Yeah. And today I want to give him his respect because even though he was clearly out after the first 2 games, 2-love down, it was over. He called the physio. He was done. And double break down, 3-love down. He fell on his sword. He did not retire. Okay, this is the final, but still, when you're in Wimbledon 5th set, you don't retire also there. But today, against Alcaraz, he respected the match. He respected the public. He fell on his sword. He was trying to play one-strike tennis, slapping forehands off the first ball and also drop shots. But he didn't retire. And he stayed with it. And that's something that the greats have always done. They honor their opponent, and they fall on their sword. And Alcaraz was the deserving champion, and he didn't default to make it look any other different way. So I want to respect Musetti and give him his credit because that was not who he was before, and today he did that. So I want to give him his hat. I want to take my hat off for that.
Hats off to Musetti. What a run! He's always a big time player. He comes in, he plays big time matches. We've seen him make his semifinal at Wimbledon. He comes up and he shows up all the time for these big matches. And yeah, I feel like he's a big title player. He only likes to show for these big tournaments, and but awesome, amazing week, amazing run, fighting, coming back, even though he's always down again. Feel like he'll be depressed after doing that for multiple matches, but way to go for him. And Alcaraz was just too good, and then his body crashed. But great achievement.
Yeah. I just hope this continues. I hope that injury is something minor, that he can come back. He's supposed to be playing in Barcelona next week. Is he going to go? I do not know, but I would like to see him there. Hopefully he's healthy enough. But also something to note, he's up to career high number 11 in the rankings by tomorrow.
That's amazing.
Well deserved. 11 suits him.
No, I think higher suits him. How about that? I think this man is able to go higher. And the clay swing is long, and he started off in amazing form. Like Alcaraz, can't wait to see how these next 2 months go.
I know. I think it's going to be very interesting, and he definitely has the game style to succeed on all surfaces, huh?
Yeah.
And he's only 23. Yeah. Super young player. Super young player. He will evolve, and he will become, you can imagine, something more special.
Yeah. He's already shown it.
Maybe he'll do something special in Rome. Who knows?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, guys, other than the finalists, this was still an awesome tournament. Yeah. And we have some biggest winners of the week.
7 Australian Opens, 15 slams. Not too bad.
Yousef, hit us with yours.
There's so many guys outside the top 20 that I love and I feel so passionate towards. And one of them is Alejandro Davidovich Fokina.
He's a gamer.
I love ADF.
He's a gamer.
The man is, first of all, he's a showman. How many times does this man fall on? And then we're on clay, so his clothes are always clay, filled with the red clay. And this tournament, I saw his path and I'm like, okay, he has a chance to do something here. And he took down Shelton, which I know Shelton's not a clay court guy, but also it's not an easy win. So
Firepower.
Yeah,
Shelton has
exactly.
firepower.
You take him down, and then Etcheverry, who is a clay court. I don't like to say specialist because Etcheverry is good on so many others on hard also, but he is a clay court specialist, and he took him down, which was also a really good win. Draper, who showed that he can play on clay, He showed us that he can do stuff on clay. Took him down, and then went on to
That was a very impressive win.
Yes, it was.
Draper really almost pulled that one off.
Yeah, exactly. And then he came, and then next round came down and beat Alexei Popyrin, who also had a really good tournament. Nice to see him back, so props to him. But Alejandro Davidovich Fokina looks like he loves Monte Carlo also, and he's always going to be a menace when it comes to this tournament. He's going to go up and up and up this clay swing. And we said, by the way, remember after Dallas when he made it all the way to the final, we're like, wait 1 second. Is Alejandro Davidovich Fokina going to be one of the guys that we see breaking into the top 10, going up closer to the top 15 by the end of the clay swing? Maybe so. He just proved this tournament. This can happen. And I said it will happen. And I said because the clay swing, we're going to get to his favorite surface. And he's going to start flying. And I think he is. And I'm so happy that he showed us who he is this tournament. I can't wait to see what happens.
Congrats to him.
I can't wait to see what happens in Barcelona. I can't wait to see what happens when you go to Madrid, go to Rome, go to Roland Garros. He is going to be a problem.
He's awesome.
Biggest winner of the week for me.
He talked about he's now playing without expectations, without the ranking in mind, and he's so free. And look how fun and exciting he's been this year.
Yeah,
awesome.
And he's gonna go back up where he deserves. He should be in the top 20.
Another young player, only 25, huh?
It's
former next gen.
It's great. We need them. We need more exciting players to make some unpredictability and exciting stuff for tennis. Like we need it. It's great to see. Great to see.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay,
Absolutely. Haroon, give us yours.
My biggest win of the week, which is probably a very clear one, which is Alex de Minaur, the demon, the beast. Come on, guys! Like this deserves a lot of
respect.
No.
Deserves a lot of credit.
Awesome run. Awesome run.
He fights. He does not die.
Yeah, he's also the Bagel King, may I say. The Bagel King. He
is the Bagel King, correct?
He won the Bagel King Awards when we did our Wegos Award, and he actually has a lot of bagels this tournament. He bageled Dimitrov twice, 6-love, 6-love. What in the world? What is that? That was
wildly unexpected.
Like, I don't think anybody was really understood what is the scoreline. Like, what?
1 second, Haroon. By the way, that was the first time in ATP Masters history that someone has been bageled from the quarterfinals and beyond.
That's
the first time ever.
Insane.
Wow.
That's insane.
No one has ever bageled anyone from the quarterfinals onward in an ATP Masters event.
Boy was lost.
The first time ever is Alex de Minaur defeating.
Like,
amazing.
it's definitely something wrong. Like, not like I don't know if we should. It's crazy. Like I thought Dimitrov was supposed to be, a Monte Carlo beast as well. Like he loves Monte Carlo as well, and it feels like it suits his vibe. But I don't know. Alex came out of nowhere and just balled out, and he also bageled Mahach as well. He gave him a bagel. He gave him a bagel as well. He's giving out free bagels. But
the
so
thing
impressive.
is, you cannot dip against Alex de Minaur, and if you dip, he doesn't. So the gap grows, and then he's gonna pounce. Pow! He's gonna pounce.
So impressive.
And that match against Musetti as well, where he was also down. Musetti was serving for it, and he came back. He broke back, and then that was an insane tiebreak, and Musetti that was a super tricky one. But it was a very, very shifty final set, that one with Musetti, and he could have won that one. And who knows what he would have done with Alcaraz. But yeah, he deserves a lot of props. He deserves a lot of credit. He's not somebody that people think about on clay courts, but he's a beast. And Alex de Minaur he increased 3 spots now in the rankings. And now we have we have Casper Ruud, Alex de Minaur, and Jack Draper. My guys in the top 10. What a baller. And not leading the way, but Alex de Minaur is a beast now. Top 7, 7th player in the world. Biggest winner of the week. Well deserved. Awesome stuff.
Extremely well deserved.
Really awesome. Really awesome.
Yeah. How about you, Ismaeel?
Yeah, well, I have to give credit. I've talked about this player already a couple of times before, but man, oh man, is Artur Fils arriving. I think we're going to now start to talk about him, his level. It's not just he's in form. This is his level now. He's the type of player we expect to be in the quarterfinals, and I really am impressed with now back-to-back quarterfinals at Masters, right? Yeah. 1,000 events, and on hard and now on clay. He's showing diversity across surfaces. And the run, if you look at surface level, it doesn't look so impressive. But then when you realize Greek Sport in round 1, who's just coming off a final in Morocco, Koboli in round two, who just won his first clay court tournament also last week as well.
Romania. Yeah.
In Romania. And then taking out Rublev, who on clay is a menace. You know, Rublev is a Masters 1000 champion on clay. Champion. Who loves the clay. Monte Carlo champion, exactly. And then, well, he had Alcaraz also on the ropes in that match because he had them on the set up.
That was crazy.
Triple break point up at 5-all in the second set, and he basically let that match go. And break up in the third set. So Fils is a player who, he's here. He has the game to challenge someone like Alcaraz. Yeah. Very few do. His forehand is heavy. It's heavy. He is ripping the forehand.
He has a big
He's
swing.
lightning quick.
Big swing.
He has a big swing. He's lightning quick. You have all the French Tennis Federation in his box.
Yeah,
and they are,
I wanted to say.
They are 1,000,000% behind this dude.
They're behind this man.
And so, I mean, that also says a lot about him. So that means that you really believe in him.
Of course. Of course.
His game is going to be monstrous on clay. He's already risen up very high in the rankings now. He's knocking on top 10 doors. We said he's going to be top 10 soon enough.
He's top 15 now. Now he's 14. He's 14 right now.
Yeah,
he took Shelton's spot. He took Shelton's spot.
He's there, and he's going to be a problem on clay. We're going to have to really watch out. Let's see what he does here, but he's a problem.
He could be. He could be really interesting in RG, by the way, in Roland Garros.
Oh my God, is he going to be interesting?
Be
this is going to be their guy. This is going to be the guy they back. It's not Humbert. It's not Pesci. No. It's not. It's him. Yeah. But also something I want to know, because he's had some heartbreaking losses these past few tournaments, right? I think it's going to do him a world of good, by the way, because these heartbreaking losses are going to teach him. Like there's so many teaching moments that he can take from them. And we saw what he did with Sasha. Like he had a heartbreaking loss in Indian Wells with Mehdi, remember? And when he lost in that final set, then he came in Miami and he beat Sasha in a very similar way. He was down a break in the final set, but he's been in that situation now many times. So moving forward, I've seen this moment before. I know how to react now. I can expect the emotions that are going to happen. And let's see if I'm capable of adjusting. And we've seen he has adjusted. Come RG Haroon. Oh my God, is he going to be tough? No one is going to want to face Artur Fils in Roland Garros.
No, in France, in front of the home crowd of Roland Garros. He's going to be the toughest out of the tournament by far.
Yeah, true. The fans are going to come.
They're going to kill whoever's in front of him.
It's going to be crazy. Well, yeah.
So many storylines, so many things going. It's all leading to Roland Garros. I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait for it.
So awesome.
Clay is awesome, by the way. Awesome. I love clay. Clay is
it's my favorite part of the season. It's the favorite time of the year.
It's summertime madness.
It's awesome. The tennis style is so much fun, much more fun to me, at least, to watch. I love it. Okay, guys. Dudes. Cool dude moment of the week.
Oh my God, so much energy in this return. I love it for my story, Roach. Oh my God.
Yousef, take it away. What's your cool dude moment of the week?
You know, one of my big realizations this week was how the Monte Carlo Masters is an Italian tournament. And we saw that not only with the fans, obviously we saw with the fans how they were cheering. I felt like Berrettini was playing at home. I felt like Musetti was playing at home. I felt like Koboli was playing at home. It was insane.
And Musetti in that final, it looked like he was playing at home.
It was
against Alcaraz, it looked like he was playing at home.
That semi-final against Demonauer, they were cheering like they were playing in Rome. It was insane. They were there. Obviously, because it's very close to the border. Even Fonini talked about he would come here when he was young with his mom to watch the tournament because it's very close. And you know what? Other than that, the players, the dynamic duo that these players are with each other, it's not only a duo, sorry, the dynamics between this entire team is special. We saw when Koboli was playing, Berrettini's in the balcony, he's cheering him on. He's so invested in the match. And then you see the same thing with the other guys, with Musetti, with Koboli, with Berrettini. When the roles are reversed. Whenever whoever's playing, they're on the outside. If they're watching, they're cheering them on. And you saw Cobolli came out and he talked about how Berrettini knows him and he's known him his entire life. And he knows him as a young player when he was 10 years old, 16 years old, playing with each other. So this is a guy that he loves. It's like his younger brother, basically. And the dynamics between these guys is really special. And you could just see the bond between them. And at the end of the day, they want each other to win. Yeah, when they go up against each other, we saw Musetti go up against Berrettini, but whenever they're not playing each other, they are for each other, and I love that spirit. I love that patriotism that they have with one another, and the brotherly love that they showed. It was the coolest thing for me to see this entire week.
That was really, really cool. And that Italian warmth and that charisma and that character is so special. Yeah. And you know what that means, right?
What does
Davis Cups are locked in for Italy for the next
and
5
Berrettini
years.
said so. He's saying that's why you see us in the Davis Cup. By the way, we're locked in. We love each other. It's a team. It's a team.
They are gonna own Davis Cup.
Oh, that young listeners not.
We'll have to.
Oh my God,
It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, Ismaeel, what about yours? What's your cool dude moment of the week?
Yeah, guys, well, we're going to get into Djokovic's run here at Monte Carlo. But, so his tournament ended pretty early. But, someone who was enjoying that tournament? Yeah. His young son, Stefan Djokovic, who was absolutely enjoying the Monte Carlo tournament. And he weighed a special visit. He went to go watch Alcaraz. Yeah. And there's footage of him sitting first row, just filming Alcaraz the whole time.
Locked in, huh?
He was locked in. He was obsessed with his favorite player, Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah. And that was so cool to see, and you know that Djokovic can't do anything about it. Like, you can't change someone's favorite player. Their favorite player is their favorite player.
Dad. That's dad. That's other than dad, though.
Yeah, and it's so cool. It's so cool how there's this bond, between these two players, and it's going beyond themselves, and it's also extending to his family and his son, who loves watching Alcaraz play. He had to film him. And I was also wondering, he's probably seen him so many times, but he couldn't miss this moment either. He had to capture it. And he had to capture it himself on his own phone.
It's pure love and admiration.
It's pure admiration, and it was so cool. And even Djokovic's son is admiring Alcaraz like all of us. That was just so cool.
Well, that's
Yeah, that's awesome. Djokovic is, what can he do? Yeah, and Alcaraz also, what can he do? The guy's a baller. It's not like it's some other player or something that's not as exciting. It's one of the most exciting guys ever in tennis, probably.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
Do you have one, Haroon, though?
Yeah, I have one. Somebody that needs some more credit and needs some, some spotlight and attention here is Richard Gasquet. Richard Gasquet is somebody that's retiring soon. And a cool dude moment is Daniel Altmaier showing him love after he took him down, and he's writing on the camera, "Respect RG, respect Richard Gasquet, who is retiring this year and is a legend in our sport, legend in tennis, and deserves way more credit for all the things that he's done, and just an amazing player, just a beast. That was an amazing one-handers. He's now gonna leave us, and the one-hand backhand guys are gonna leave, and it's gonna become less. But yeah, that guy's awesome, and a cool dude moment. That is, he's showing him respect. One of the legends of our sport, and it's awesome. And he's gonna retire by RG, and he needs more admiration and appreciation before he leaves us. So that was an awesome moment.
That was cool from Altmaier. It was so humble and cool from him to do that.
Love to see it. And Gasquet deserves love. You're right, Haroon, 100%. Well, moving on to our next segment, and that is something that you guys always give us fits. Are you guys, by the way, if you're watching, are you guys ever gonna not comment "not an upset" when we post an upset because they are upsets?
Not an upset. This is not an upset. This is not an upset. By the way, this is not an upset. What's an upset then?
We do not know, but let's get into the upsets of the week. And Ismaeel, I'm gonna start off with you. Who was your upset of the week?
Well, we also kind of predicted this one coming, but that does not make it not an upset. It's still 100% an upset. We saw Berrettini facing Zverev in round 2. We knew this was going to be an absolutely blockbuster match. And boy, oh boy, it really delivered on that match. It was an excellent, excellent match. Berrettini overcoming Sasha, who's exceptional on clay, having a dip right now early in his career, but or for his standards at least. But Berrettini's been on fire, and he played an amazing, amazing match. The forehand was clicking. the backhand was actually really solid all throughout that match. And, you know, there was a lot of drama in that final set because Berrettini was serving for it, and then he lost his chance, and he had another chance, and then, well, he eventually closed it out 7-5 in the third. But really nice to see Berrettini back at the top level, at what we think maybe is his best level, showing so far. He likes the clay. He's going to be a problem here on clay. Yeah. And that was a very nice signal to see that he's on the absolutely correct path, and really awesome for Berrettini.
You know, when watching this match, you're like, Berrettini versus Sasha, right? When it gets close and now they're into a third set, who are you backing? I'm backing Matteo Berrettini because he is a mental beast. He's extremely solid from the mental aspect. And we saw it. And by the way, there was that brutal rally. What was it? 40-something shots.
Yeah, the 42
and
shot
he
rally.
said my legs were dead. I could not move. There were like seven shots before the point ended. He said I couldn't move, but he said I knew it became a mental game. Who's gonna push through? And he pushed through. And whoever won, and he won that rally. And guess what? He won the match in the end. And
thank you for bringing that up, because if you told me there was a 42-shot rally and who won that on clay, who won it, Sasha or Berrettini, I would have told you 100% Sasha. Like, first off, on the backhand side, Sasha much more solid, much more consistent.
The slice was working.
And Sasha is probably the most fit player on tour. Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
He dug deep. He dug deep and he digs deep. And really, he is one of the most mentally strong players we have on tour.
Yeah, he's really impressive when it comes to that. I agree.
Battle of the previous next gen that was robbed of glory by the big three.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's very true.
Well, I have to share my upset, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, my upset is, it's always going to be an upset. It's the one and only Casper Ruud losing to Alexei Popyrin. I feel like I keep doing a lot of these. I keep picking. But I'm still backing my boy. I'm still backing, and it's still an upset because he's still a top 10 player. He's still a top 10 player. And
Monte Carlo finalist. Of course, it's an upset.
To me, this was maybe the biggest upset of the week, but continue.
Well, the biggest one, it depends. You're going to have one here, but it's debatable. But yeah, Alexei Popyrin, what a beast. He comes up with an insane level sometimes out of nowhere. Like, he Masters 1000 champion, not on clay, but still, like, what a beast already. And you never know what he's going to do. He has an insane level, and respect to him. Casper, he lost in the end. It was a tight third set in the end. Best of three, lost 7-5. Good one to Alexei Popyrin. Respect to him, and big upset, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, I respect him, and hopefully we see more consistency with Alexei Popyrin, because I love his game. He has all the shots, I think, to beat anybody on tour. Honestly, he just needs more consistency.
I mean, he's been having a really poor season. You don't think of him as a really great clay court player, Popyrin, and to beat Ruud, who's a elite clay court player, that's a big upset. Yeah,
that was big.
Yousef, yours.
Well, oh my God, this man was my champion going into this week. He was my champion, and I said Novak Djokovic, champion de Monte Carlo. I was like, oh my God, I was living it up, huh?
Yeah, you.
Told
you beware.
But
it's not.
But can I get some credit? Because I said, if you guys roll back the tape, I said the biggest threat to him in this entire draw is probably his first match against Alejandro Tabilo. I did state that, by the way. Out of all the people, I said Tabilo's probably going to be his biggest problem. And biggest problem he won.
I don't think he's his biggest problem, even if you said that. I don't agree with that.
I'm not sure you said that, by the way. I'm not sure you...
No, I did. Roll back the tape.
Ismaeel
I said it. Roll back the tape. I said Tabilo is out of all the people in the entire draw. This man is going to be his biggest problem in the entire... in his side of the draw. And 6-3, 6-4?
Straights. Also, he was up a break. He broke the first game. I thought this was going to be cruise
I'm like,
control.
okay. I saw the first game. Okay, this is cruise control. And then this was maybe the worst Djokovic I've seen in a long time. It wasn't even like that loss to Berrettini in the Qatar Open. It wasn't this bad because Berrettini was playing amazing. It's not like Tabilo was lights out. It was just Djokovic was so bad. And he knows he was so bad. He came out and he said after the match, he said, I expected myself to play bad. But I did not expect myself to play this bad. This was really, really bad.
Too bad you didn't hear you say that you expected him to be the champion.
Yeah, exactly. I expect so. I don't know.
I told you, Goran said it's not.
So this I did not see this coming whatsoever. But I don't know how we're gonna go, how this is gonna go going forward into the entire clay swing. I said he's gonna dominate on clay, but this wasn't good afterwards. But what gives me reassurance is he wasn't he wasn't worried. He didn't feel like he's like yeah, I expected this to happen. He has things. He had a cold. That thing he has on his eye. He has so many different things that are going on. Hopefully it's just a hiccup, a small hiccup, and we see Novak come back and show us who he is. He said, they told him, what's the goal? When in the press conference, he said, Roland Garros. That's it. So is he gonna show up before? Maybe not, because he's not motivated. It's all about slams for him. But Tabilo, hats off to him, because he was like recently, he got his first win of the season very recently. Against everyone else on tour, he's a certain player. Against Novak Djokovic, he turns into this beast. And hats off to him. He is the only player to have a positive record against Novak Djokovic on clay outside of Rafa Nadal. Minimum 2 matches played. So only him and Rafa.
That's insane.
Iconic.
What a crazy
Iconic.
stat.
An absolutely wild stat. But Alejandro Tabilo, hats off to you, my man. You deserve this, and this was by far the biggest upset of the week for me.
He also beat Wawrinka in round 1. So if this was 2015-16, this would have been an epic 2-match run for him.
This would have been the greatest week of his life.
We could have been talking about Tabilo winning RG.
Yeah, and hats off to him also. Just something I need to state, because this is something I saw going in. He has a big black cloud over his head, because making it all the way to the final in Rome, I think that's more than 50% of his points. His life could change completely if he doesn't do something in Rome, because he's going to now go back to Challengers probably and grind down there instead of being seeded in tournaments. So this was a good confidence boost.
Is that
rankings?
Is that a backhanded compliment, or what? What is that?
No, I'm just saying it's a big cloud over his head, because it's a big thing that he did. Over 50% of his points. If he loses it, so much pressure. There's so much pressure in tennis to defend your points, and he just started the clay swing in a positive direction.
Yeah, but that could give him confidence for other stuff outside of clay, maybe. Who knows what he could be like? After
Maybe.
beating Djokovic twice, and he faces him in a row. Crazy. But
he has a run of tournaments, 2 months of tournaments on clay where he can tally some points.
He's a problem on clay, so he can do it.
Yeah. It's awesome stuff. Crazy upsets that we had in this Monte Carlos, shall we say? Monte Carlos. But I want to move on, guys, to spicy, no spicy.
A little bit spicy. Sorry, not as spicy at all.
Some spicy moments we had this week. Ismaeel, take it away. What was your spicy, no spicy moment this week?
Well, for me, it was this was the only really spicy moment for me, and it was we saw Ben Shelton. He was playing doubles with Rohan Bopana, the legend of the doubles game, and actually they reached the quarterfinal, which is a really nice result for doubles. But so they run into Vavasori and Bolelli in round 2 here, and the spicy no spicy moment is that apparently after their match, when they were shaking hands, Vavasori was complaining about Shelton hitting balls at him and saying that he hit him in the chest and he hurt him. And so he was, it's surprising to hear a doubles player complain about body shots, because first of all, that's really part of the doubles game.
Yeah,
you're always
one of the tactics.
That's one of the tactics. You always hit at the body, and the person you can't volley when it's coming at your chest. That's a tactical move, and it's done all the time in doubles. And he was complaining at it to Bopana at the net. And not only that, actually for the following tournament in Barcelona, Vavasori apparently withdrew because he's saying he had bodily harm after the Monte Carlo tournament. And
I could see that being true though, because Shelton, the boy, hits hard.
Yeah, the boy is he rips the forehand, or if he crushes the ball. Yeah. After that, Ben, after the shook hands, he called him soft. He's like, so soft, vamos, to the crowd. A bit of drama there. Yeah. To be fair, I'm siding Team Shelton here. If you're Vavasori's a double specialist. It's not like this is a random thing. This is part of the game. Even if Shelton is wrecking the ball off his forehand, come on, dude. This is part of the game. And he's not doing the doubles players or tour any favors by attracting negative attention to doubles players who are already getting kicked out after we saw what's happening in the US Open and the event they're doing there. So tread carefully, Vavasori.
Yeah, I feel bad for him though, because it must hurt. He must be in pain. It's not only physical pain, it's also emotional pain.
Yeah, because he lost to a singles player.
Yeah, feel bad for him, but yeah.
But Pana is one of the best doubles players, so he has like a cannon serving, and then he's finishing those easy balls.
Yeah, true. Right.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, I don't blame Shelton too much. Shelton apologized. If you go to that moment, Shelton kept on apologizing. Hey, sorry, man, sorry. He didn't mean it. Like, and his intentions seemed clear. Like, yeah, he didn't mean it, but Vavasori just got upset. Like, come on.
Yeah, but Vavasori was in his feels because you got the apology and it's a tactical move. Like, he was just in his feels.
He shook. Also, I think Shelton went at him twice, and he shook. Like, whoa, man. Like, this is a weapon. Like a weapon. He should be in jail for it. This is he could injure somebody for real. But yeah, it's assault. Yeah.
Anyways, anything else, Haroon, to mention?
Yeah, there's an honorable mention I want to mention about Norbert Gombas. He was playing a challenger in Madrid, and he was playing like he had a tough battle with Camille as well, playing with him in the semifinal, and some hecklers in the crowd, some heckling and whistling before he was serving. He double faulted on break point, and apparently that these people in the crowd that kept on heckling him were also betting. And then he went to face them after the match. Like, unfortunately, he did lose. And then he went to face them after the match. He told them, hey, you're ruining the sport. You're ruining the sport. Like, he's yelling at them, kind of like, what are you doing? And the umpire's not doing anything. His coach complained as well, like, hey, are you going to step in and do something? But they kept on heckling him because they want to change the outcome of the match. So there's a problem with these betting things, these betting fans, and they act like they disrupt the match. And it needs to be brought to people's attention where we don't support betting, because that's it doesn't makes you really biased as a fan, and you could, if you're putting more money, then you're probably going to want to change the outcome even more. You're not going to sit respectfully while the player that you just bet on a lot of money to lose. So it's not a good thing, and definitely really shifted his focus outside of the game. But yeah, that was a spicy moment that really happened this week in a challenger in Madrid.
Well, betting has really become so central now to sports, to the point that it is ruining the sport to some extent. But at the same time, betting companies are also sponsoring all these players too. So it's just two-sided. Like, which side are you on, Norbit? Like, so it's
but that's not his fault though. It's not his fault.
It's not his fault. But at least, the fans, this is unacceptable. I think unethical behavior. Like, if the umpire should have stepped in, and if you're gonna bet on the match, no problem. Do whatever in the world you're gonna do, but at least respect the player. Yeah, it's not fair.
Maybe the sponsor should be different than betting. So sponsor should be clothes, or I don't know, good food or water. I don't know, like good things that are not.
The betting's all over. It's unfortunately all over the place now.
Well, maybe we have to stop it.
Talk to the ATP.
Wild stuff. Well, thank you guys for those no spicy moments. And now let's move on to my favorite segment, and that is overreaction or not. So I'm going to tell you guys something based on what happened this week, and you let me know, is it an overreaction or is it not? First up, Ismaeel. Oh my God. Here we go. Sasha Zverev will not reach a final on clay this year. Overreaction or not?
I think, before the beginning of the season, if we said this, it would have been absolutely wild, hysterical to even bring it up.
Yes.
But I told you after the Australian Open that he's not in good form. And I told you it took a hit to his mental. And I told you that severe reaction, the crying I saw at the end of the match and talking about I'm not good enough as a player, the thing he was talking to Sinner and Sinner hugging him, trying to cheer him up. I told you that was for me a super negative signal. And unfortunately, I was super right? Because he has had just loss after loss after loss after loss. And he's been fulfilling his contractual agreements and showing up at tournaments when he knows he needs rest and he needs a break, because these losses just keep piling up. His confidence is absolutely shook right now. He's in horrible form. He has no deep runs since the Australian Open. He's absolutely not going to reach the final. I agree. This is not an overreaction. He is not reaching the final of any clay tournament this year, unfortunately, even though we need him because he's so awesome for the sport. But no. He's probably having one of the worst dips of his career, or at least in a long time.
Haroon, I want your thoughts.
Ooh, this is his sweet spot. This is what he loves. He loves being the underdog. He loves being the guy that nobody thinks is going to win. And that's where he thrives the most. Of course, this is an overreaction. He's a great clay courter. And this is always the cycle. You're going to see somebody pulling it up on Twitter. The cycle of Zverev. Playing unbelievable, insane. Is he the next world number one? Is he going to dominate and win all the slams? Oh no, he lost. He keeps on losing. He's losing. Oh, nobody thinks he's going to do anything. And then he goes back again. So that's the Zverev cycle. And he's now here where nobody thinks he's going to do anything. And like Ismaeel doesn't think he's going to do anything. I disagree completely. I think he's going to 100% make a final of a clay court tournament, if not win it. For sure, my friend. Overreaction.
Yousef.
You know, you have points, right? You guys make good points. I'm looking at the past two losses. The past loss to Matteo Berrettini was 7-5 in the final set against a man who loves to play on clay and is in good form and was playing in Italy, basically. Okay, so that was one. And the last loss was to Artur Fils in Miami, and he was up in the third set. He was up a break. He lost in disappointing fashion, yes, but also Fils. We've established he's one of the top guys now. And so we don't need to talk about him again. So these are two extremely good players that he lost to. It's not like he got smacked. He lost in final sets, 7-5 to one, I think 6-4 to the other. This came down to, and this is when Sasha's saying, this is him playing his worst tennis he's played in a long time. So if he just plays a bit better tennis, it's going to change. And I think it's going to change. So I think this is completely an overreaction. And Sasha is going to make a final on clay, without a doubt.
I mean, to be fair, also, he's getting to play on clay in Munich at home in Germany. So, like, the home crowd could boost him. I honestly hope for that. But, like, the eye test doesn't pass the eye test for me. Yeah. But so he has Munich, even if he doesn't do it there. If he plays Hamburg, I don't know if he'll play Hamburg, but that's another chance for him. So, rooting for him, but like the form, it's not looking good for me.
Okay, next up, Haroon, I'm coming at you.
Come at me.
Matteo Berrettini will be a top 10 player by the end of Wimbledon. Overreaction or not?
Are you crazy? What? No. Overreaction. What's in the world? He needs 2,000 points. What's crazy? No, it's an insane overreaction. He doesn't have the stamina for it to do it all. I'm sorry. Overreaction.
Ismaeel.
Not an overreaction. Not an overreaction. Let me make my case.
Make your case.
If he does well on the clay here, if he has a couple deep runs, Queens, Wimbledon, he could rack up enough points.
And that means no one else is gaining points?
Yeah, man. Theoretically, there is a world where he could do it.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to believe that world.
Yeah. Well,
theoretically, there's a world where he's going to win everything and he's going to become world number one. The multiverse.
Yeah. I'd love to see him. Like, top 10 player, could he get back to it? Yes. By Wimbledon? No way. How about no way? That's going to happen?
I think ever.
As you said,
sorry.
No, I'm not saying ever. Never, ever say never, ever. So, Matteo Berrettini, though, overreaction. I don't think he's making it top 10 by Wimbledon.
Okay. Nice.
Next up, Lorenzo Musetti will be playing the 2025 ATP Finals. Ismaeel, overreaction or not?
Ooh, he is definitely a player who is capable of playing ATP Finals. That's not for discussion, but... Yeah. Right now, the race is too tight. There's too many people at the top. Who am I going to remove? Draper, Demonauer, Ruud. Who am I going to take out? And I like a lot of those players. And I think not yet. He has to do really well on hard and in Wimbledon on the grass. I'm going to say not yet for this year. Not yet. I'm going to say overreaction.
Okay. Haroon, how about you?
He could play in the ATP Finals, but as an alternate. He won't earn a spot. I'm sorry. He's not going to earn a spot.
Not that.
But no, if you're asking if he earns a spot to play in the ATP Finals, no, I'm sorry, man. It's too tough.
My question is, who goes out? Who goes out?
Overreaction.
Rude, Demonauer, Draper, Medvedev, if he's even going to be in there.
Overreaction,
Man. So
it's gonna happen, but overreaction for now. It's too many guys to count. Last but not least, Haroon, I'm coming at you, my friend. Novak Djokovic will not win any titles on clay this year. Overreaction or not?
Stop. Overreaction. Come on. Do not disrespect Novak Djokovic. Beast. The question, will he win it? Like, if he attempts to play tournaments, I take him to win for sure. If he doesn't play, that's when he doesn't win. But overreaction. If he plays clay court tournaments, he's gonna definitely win something. So it's an overreaction.
Ismaeel, how about you?
Well, let's be clear. He already takes a lot of time to get in form on clay, and he's not going to win anything before Roland Garros.
Oh,
that wasn't the question.
So the question is he going to win Roland Garros?
Yes.
And
at least
I'm gonna say overreaction because I think he can still win Roland Garros. So I'm gonna say no, the overreaction. He won't win any titles before Roland Garros. He's not winning any Masters, but he can win Roland Garros.
Is he gonna play any 250s? Any 500s?
He won't win those either, my friend.
I say this is an overreaction. Novak Djokovic is the best clay court player in the world. I will keep saying it until you guys understand and maybe you get through your skulls. Just sorry about that. But yeah, Novak Djokovic, this is an overreaction. He's going to win.
It's all come
He's
down.
definitely winning Roland Garros, by the way.
I've
been saying that since the beginning of the season. He's going to win it.
Yeah,
he wants it so bad.
He wants it so bad, and Alcaraz and Sinner and Zverev are going to come and give him hell also for that. Ruud, Tsitsipas, lots of players.
Cannot wait.
Let's see. Let's see how that goes.
Our overreactions are not
mayhem.
segment.
Absolute mayhem.
Yeah.
Well, guys, how about a quick next-gen update? We have a lot of nice next-gen players who I'm always super keen to follow and see what they're doing. So we just talked about Arthur Fils. He just reached another Masters quarterfinal, so he is doing excellent. Guess what? João Fonseca's set to end his break, and he's going to play Estoril.
Nice.
Former 250, now a challenger. So on clay in Portugal.
Yep.
He's going to have the fans behind him there.
Yeah, everywhere.
It's gonna be madness for him in Portugal. Jakub Menchik, coming off his Masters win, is back in the fold. He's playing in Munich, Yousef. Any expectations there for him?
He has Sasha in his path. I think everyone wants Sasha in their path.
That's gonna if they get to face each other, it's gonna be a fun match.
Yeah.
Haroon, your boy Lerner Tien, qualified to the main draw, also in Munich.
Love Lerner.
Is he gonna do some damage?
Who knows? We shall see. We shall see clay courts. How he's gonna play on clay courts. We shall see.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah, that was nice to see. First of all, Fils leading the pack, and these guys coming back. Let's see how they do.
Well,
on the clay.
Menchik also leading the pack because he's.
I'm talking about the clay.
Yeah, the clay.
Yeah. So far, he's showing us promise.
I think Menchik is going to do well on clay.
Yeah, because by the way, the Czechs love to play on clay.
Yeah, he's going to do well.
And okay. Well, let's. We have some also interesting news to talk about this week. Two really fun things happened. The first one. Goran Ivanisevic is going to become Stefanos Tsitsipas' coach after Roland Garros. Ismaeel, you're the biggest Tsitsipas fan we have on this pod. Give me your thoughts.
I'm also a huge Goran Ivanisevic fan, so this is like, my mind was exploding when I saw this news. I was like, what day in April is it? Is it April Fool's or is this like real? I couldn't believe it.
It did happen in April, though. It did happen.
I was so thrown off. I was like, how old is this like news? Like, amazing news, because first of all, Stefanos needs a real coach in his corner. He needs someone that's going to commit to him. He needs someone that can help him get over the hump in the big moments, in the big tournaments. He needs someone who can help him fix his game on grass, learn how to slice better, chip better, fix his serve, second serve better, one hand backhand, improve it. Oh my God. I absolutely love this move for Tsitsipas. Let me tell you right now, I already told you Tsitsipas is going to win multiple stems in his career. This confirms it. Goran Ivanisevic in his corner is going to guarantee slams for this boy. Stefanos is still in his physical prime. This is amazing news. The motivation is there. Ivanisevic would have not joined his team if he was not sure that Stefanos Tsitsipas' motivation is there. And if there are questions about that before, they are long gone, my friend. I am so excited about this. And don't at me. Actually, at me. Do you agree? Everyone agrees. We're on board. Tsitsipas, his world number one case, which I predicted a couple of years ago, had abruptly ended last year. But maybe I can start to dream again.
Haroon, I'm checking here, Haroon, and it says the overreaction or not segment has ended. And, you're going back to
I'm so excited. Okay. I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
He's adding a few
I have
points
nothing to
that
add, Haroon. If you have something, go ahead.
I'm gonna tone it down a bit. I'm not that same high that Ismaeel.
Please tone it down.
It's a great move. It's a great move. It's nice. Like everybody kept on talking about, Tsitsipas his dad as his coach and whatever, and yeah, like adding somebody different, some fresh juice, maybe removing his dad. But he said, no, I want to keep my dad. My dad is so important to me. But he added Goran Ivanisevic, who's a beast, like a legend. All the insane things that he did with Djokovic and all the titles that they won together and all the titles that he's won himself. So it's awesome. Like I love to see it because we need somebody like Tsitsipas on tour, and I feel like it's awesome. And I don't know, multiple slams, that's too much, man. Like it's already insanely.
Can you remind me who won the most slams with Djokovic as a coach? Do you remember?
I'm not engaging anymore.
It was Goran. It was Goran. For anyone who had any doubts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Also, you're entering into the debate of like, is it Djokovic's greatness or is it Ivanisevic's greatness? And the same thing like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick for football. Like you're entering a different discussion here, but you're not gonna. Djokovic was already an insane beast by himself. He had Becker before, and he already won a slam without any of these coaches. But that's besides the point. You have to have, I feel like, the juice to win a slam on your own, or at least to be so close to winning it on your own, and then when you add a coach to flourish differently. But it's a great move.
No, Ivanisevic took Marin Cilic and he took Cilic to slam and multiple slam finals.
Okay.
Ivanisevic is the slam coach.
Fine. Okay.
He's
awesome.
the Wimbledon guru.
Fine.
Awesome move.
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's a nice move. We're gonna see Tsitsipas in bigger matches, bigger finals. So it's awesome. What do you think, Yousef?
I think this is a Hall of Fame coach, and it's a great addition. I'm not going to get ahead of myself and say he's going to do some of these things I'm saying he's going to do. I think Tsitsipas is finding his way back into form, and it's always the clay swing when he does it. Goran is an amazing help. Let's see what he does on grass. He absolutely stinks on grass.
Yeah.
So let's
Which
see
is very weird because he volleys well.
Exactly.
He has big forehand,
So
big
it makes
serve,
no sense. So let's see what happens there. But great move. Love it. The jury is going to be out there. I can't make any conclusions until I see a few tournaments, and I don't know how long it's going to take.
If something, I would hope it's not like the Tony Nadal, Felix Auger-Aliassime type of partnership where that was like the worst outcome possible.
Then I'm not in your box when you play against Rafa and Roland Garros, so round 4.
You guys said Felix Auger is going to win slams now. He's going to be a beast with Tony Nadal as coach. I told you, I don't want to say what I said about Tony Nadal, but yeah. We shall see, man. The coach is not. It's not just a quick fix. There's a lot.
Well, that was. We spent way too much time because my loves Goran Ivanisevic and Stefanos Tsitsipas. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys also think that this is a great partnership? Please let us know. Well, another amazing piece of information that came out, and it was the one and only Roger Federer talking. He was at the Masters golf. He's doing all the side quests you can think of, obviously, because he's retired. And he said he misses tennis and can't wait to get back and wants to get back to training and hopefully do some exhibitions and fill stadiums once more. And I just wanted to get your thoughts, guys. Haroon, what did you think of Roger saying this?
Awesome, man. Like I was shocked that he's saying that he wants to practice 2 and 3 times per week and fill stadiums again. I thought like what does he want to do? He wants to compete. I don't understand what's his motivation, but it's awesome. Like I want to see Fed. Imagine if he has an exhibition with Alcaraz. Awesome, super fun that would be. And them just doing trick shots all day, and hopefully maybe Raj just gets a little bit healthy and show us some of that juice that he had just before he left us. But yeah, awesome stuff, man. Love Fed. Love to see him. What a beast he is. I have him on the top of my board. Awesome.
Yeah. Ismaeel, how about you? What do you think of that?
Watching Roger Federer play tennis is mesmerizing, and I've never seen him live, but I've always seen him on TV, and it's magic.
I saw.
And I'm so jealous of that. the more you get to see of him and of how he just masterfully uses his racket and plays tennis. All fans want it. He's the most loved player of all time. It's not even close. Yes, give us more Roger Federer all the time in anything. And I hope he joins a commentating booth at some point, because we also want to get into his mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, yes, absolutely, sign me up.
You know, every single year, whenever the Laver Cup happens, he shows up on court and he rallies a bit, right?
Yeah.
And it's so nice to watch. Yeah. Imagine just him rallying. I'm locked in, and everyone's locked in, and the clips go viral, and everyone's watching, and he's just so smooth back in, smooth forehands. He's barely moving. It looks effortless. Roger Federer is the best player to watch play tennis ever.
Amazing.
And whether it's exhibitions, whether it's Senior Cup, whatever you want to call those, Roger Federer back on a tennis court playing is going to be a win for everyone that ever loved the game of tennis. I can't wait to see it happen. I hope he does it, and I hope the knee stays healthy throughout this entire process of him. If he's saying he's going to practice 2-3 times a week, I hope he stays healthy. Because at the end of the day, I want him to be healthy outside of this. But that was iconic. That was awesome to hear, and it's going to be iconic to see.
It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun.
You know, I'd like them to do like an exhibition, similar hybrid Davis Cup, where they get some old legends in with some new guys and they play together. Legends play each other, the new guys play each other, and then maybe some, you know, doubles matches where they play like a hybrid integration of the old and the new, to see your old players that you loved and the new ones.
Laver Cup 2.0.
Maybe.
Roger, if you're listening, make it happen.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, before we wrap up this Monte Carlo talk, I think it serves a purpose to just reflect a little bit on the history of this tournament, and more importantly, on the legend of Rafael Nadal at this tournament and how dominant he was, especially at Monte Carlo. So I just want to remind you of his accomplishments there. Guys, he had 11 titles at Monte Carlo. Like, 11 titles, like beyond, outside of his 14 at Roland Garros. This is the most dominant accomplishment in tennis.
That's insane.
That it makes absolutely no sense. I think also 8 of them were in a row. At one point in time, it was just, you're not even going to touch him in Monte Carlo. You're not going to take a set. There was one of the runs in 2009-10. You can't take games. He beat Verdasco 6-1, 6-love in one of those finals.
You have to remind me, huh?
Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. And also, I mean, since we're seeing the magic from Alcaraz, do you know how many Masters finals Rafael Nadal reached before he reached the age of 22 years of age?
How many?
15.
Wow.
That's insane. To put that into context, do you know how many Alcaraz has?
How many?
7. So, as amazing and as much of a genius as Alcaraz is,
that's double.
Yes, double. How awesome, how great was Rafael Nadal? Djokovic had 9, by the way, but Alcaraz still not 22, so he still has a couple more chances here. But no, actually, he has no more chances. That's it. He can't increase that number, but just how awesome was Rafa, man?
You're talking about this like, oh, great memories. You're just making me miss Rafa. Like, just making me miss Rafa.
It was epic. It was epic. Oh like the dude had a level of tennis that was so solid and so consistent, and he was magic. Like, really, he was magic.
That legendary match against Verdasco, where he just falls on the ground on his knees, screams hands to the sky. Oh my God, finally I won a point against this guy. Crazy. Amazing. Man, oh man, Rafa was amazing on clay, especially at Monte Carlo.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to have more reflection to do as we visit these other tournaments too. But in the meantime, guys, we like to keep you posted on where we were right and where we were wrong. Let's start off where we were right. And we were not right anywhere. We had none of these predictions correct. Although we get partial credit, I guess we did pick Berrettini over Zverev in round 2, if that counts for anything.
Doesn't count.
We also had Fokina over Draper. Remember, Yousef, we also had that.
Doesn't
yeah,
count.
that doesn't count. Where we were wrong, well, Haroon, you had Ruud. He lost to Popyrin. Yousef, you had Nole. Nole had no luck this tournament. And well, me, I took Stefanos Tsitsipas. He exited in the quarters from Musetti. So we were 0 for all across the board.
Yeah.
But
Besides Alcaraz, if we didn't pick these picks, we're gonna feel like bozos if somebody else won.
yeah, true. Yeah. And Alcaraz can make us all look like that often.
Yes, he can.
And that's the danger of picking against Alcaraz. But we have a chance to make up for it. Let's see if we can do that.
Yes, you do. And right on stage, welcome, my friends, to the Who You Got segment. And we have Barcelona and Munich coming up. But first up, we have Barcelona. By the way, it's a 32-person draw this tournament. It's absolutely stacked. Ismaeel, who wins Barcelona?
It is absolutely stacked, Yousef, and there are so many players you could pick. But after seeing what this man just did in Monte Carlo, how can I pick against him? He is magic. He's going to be playing in front of his home crowd. He's going to be eating his paella. Give me Carlos Alcaraz for the title.
Haroon, how about you?
Oh man, I don't know. It's so again always is Alcaraz gonna win this or not? Is Alcaraz gonna win this or not? But I'm going to go for an interesting pick that I've never ever went for before. But I'm going for Stefanos Tsitsipas to win this one. I'm going for Stefanos Tsitsipas to win this one. I feel like he plays great in Barcelona. If
You know,
Okay. He is a finalist there. He is.
Okay. Well, that's good news, because if you picked Carlos Alcaraz and I was going to say but that fact that you took Stefanos Tsitsipas, by the way, Carlos might have to come and thank you at the end of this week, because I'm also taking Carlos Alcaraz, and whenever anyone picks someone unanimously, it ends up not happening. Carlitos in Barcelona, Pista Rafa Nadal, winning this tournament with his home crowd, with probably so many people from his family in attendance. It's happening, and it's happening.
It's a tricky tournament, but he can do it.
I'm going to regret it, but who knows?
Tsitsipas is owned by Carlos Alcaraz. So that means, I don't know. Well, maybe he loses early. We'll find out. But we have on the other side, we have in Germany going to Munich, Ismaeel. Who wins in Munich?
I'm picking a player who I'm high on in general, especially in the clay season. I had him upsetting Carlos. He gave him a run for his money, but not enough.
Yeah.
Let me go with Francisco Cerúndolo here. I like his side of the draw.
Okay.
He can make it to the final. Maybe he'll run into Zverev or whoever's on the other side, but I'm taking Cerúndolo here for the title.
Okay. Haroon, how about you?
I do not know. It's super hard, but I'm going to go for this.
This one was hard, yeah.
I'm going to go for Sasha Zverev. Come on, man. Come on.
Quadrupling down.
Come on, man. Come on. So in front of the Germans, do something, please.
Yousef, your move.
You know who I'm taking? You guys won't predict this, but this is a man who I said at the beginning of the season is going to break into the top 10 this season. And it is Jiří Lehečka.
Wow.
I think he's going to win this tournament. He lost a tough one to Musetti in Monte Carlo. Maybe he has a chance. Munich, I think we're going to have an unexpected winner. And going unexpected, I'm taking my man, Jiří Lehečka.
That's completely out of the blue to go with Lehečka. But okay, let's see how that works out.
Yeah.
Let's see. I hope the Germans support Sasha Zverev. It's Zverev. Vamos. Wunderbar.
Let's see. 2 fun tournaments. Barcelona is absolutely stacked. But anyways, guys, that wraps up our show for the week. Subscribe so you can get all our weekly tennis content here. And let's see what we're going to learn about Barcelona and Munich by the end of the week. Let's see what happens. See you next week.
Have a good night. Good night. Very good night.